Good morning, children. Everyone needs a place to live safely, be it an animal, a bird, or a human being. Such a place that protects us from bad weather conditions, wild animals, and thieves is called a shelter. And a shelter where we live with our parents and grandparents is called as a home. So, children, based on the same concept, today we are going to study chapter 10 Home Sweet Home. In this chapter, we all will understand the need of a house and various types of houses, how to keep our house and surroundings clean. So, children, let's start the chapter. Everyone needs a place to live safely, be it an animal, a bird, or a human. A place that protects us from heat, cold, and rain is called a shelter. Our home. We live together with other members of our family in a house and call it our home. We feel secure and comfortable in our homes. Living together teaches us to love and take care of each other. So, children, when we live in a family, we learn many things. We learn moral values, we learn to love and care for each other, and we also learn to share work and things with each other. We all feel safe and comfortable in our homes. Let's move on to types of houses. Early man lived in caves or under trees. Sometimes he made tree houses. He learned to make strong houses built with bricks, cement, iron, and wood. So, children, early man was like an animal who used to live in caves, under the tree, or sometimes in the tree houses to keep himself safe from the wild animals. And then, because of his intelligence, he gradually learned to make strong houses like the one in which we all live nowadays. Let's move on. Now, children, you can see there are two questions which are given in Try This box. You have to answer these questions. Question number 1. Where did early man live? We all know early man lived in caves. Second question. What type of house do you live in? So you all live in pakka houses, you all live in flats or bungalows. So they all are pakka houses, they are very strong. Let's continue to the next page. Thus, now there are different kinds of houses depending upon the place where we live. They are divided mainly into two types. First is kacha houses and huts. Second is pakka houses. Now we will study about kacha houses in detail. Kacha houses are generally found in villages. They are made of wood, straw, and mud. The roof of a hut is generally made of straw. A roof may also be made of tin and other modern materials. So, children, kacha houses are not very strong houses. These are generally found in villages. Here you can see an example of a kacha house. Generally, these kind of houses are made of mud, wood, and straw. Straw is basically dried grass. You can see on its roof there is a layer of dried grass. Nowadays, we also find tin sheets on the roof. These tin sheets do not allow water to come inside the house during the rains. That is why they are being used these days. Let's see what is given in the Did You Know box. Mud houses are common in desert areas like Rajasthan, as mud absorbs heat and keeps the house cool. So, children, this is an example of a mud house. These kind of houses stay naturally cool and breathable, and they all are eco-friendly. Let's move on to pakka houses. A house made of bricks, cement, and iron is called a pakka house. There are many types of pakka houses, single-storied and multi-storied houses. We find that most towns and cities have these types of houses. Even in villages, people have started building pakka houses. Nowadays, due to lack of space in cities, high tower-like buildings called skyscrapers and multi-storied houses called apartments are constructed. These houses are built one on the top of the other. So, children, as the pakka houses are made up of materials like bricks, cement, and iron, they are extremely strong. These pakka houses can be in the form of bungalows, multi-storied buildings, or skyscrapers. Try this. which materials have been used in the construction of your house. So children, depending on whether you live in a pakka house or a kacha house, you can tell the material of which your house is made of. Let's move on to special houses. These are some houses which are built depending upon the following factors: the climate of a place, materials available, money that a person can spend. So these are three important factors based on which a person makes his house. First is stilt house. They are found in plains that receive heavy rainfall. They are built on stilts and are above the ground level. So children, here on the right hand side you can see a stilt house. These are built on stilts. Stilts are these poles. You can see this house is standing on a pole. Such houses are built in areas that receive very heavy rainfall. So to avoid the rainwater reaching inside the house, such kind of houses are built on stilts. Next is igloos. In snow-covered areas, which are very cold, houses are made with blocks of snow and ice. These houses are found in Greenland and Antarctica. So children, here you can see the picture of an igloo. It is a dome-shaped house which is made up of snow. These are generally found in very cold places where no other material is found which can be used to make a house. Next is houseboats. These are wooden houses made on boats so that they can move on water. Children, here you can see the picture of a houseboat, but generally in India we have houseboats like this, which you can see in the picture. It is basically a boat which is modified to be used as a home. In India, generally houseboats can be seen in Kashmir, floating in Dal Lake and in Kerala. Let's move on to caravans. They are mobile houses pulled by either horses or nowadays cars. So children, here left hand side bottom you can see the picture of a caravan. This is a modern caravan. In olden days the caravans were very small and they were generally pulled by horses. So caravans are basically houses which are on wheels. They can be moved from one place to another. Next is tents. Tent is made of canvas. It can be fixed and folded easily. It is a movable and portable shelter. So children, these are portable shelter. What does it mean? It means it can be easily folded and carried from one place to another. So that is why these are portable and movable shelter which are made up of canvas, very thick material. These tents are generally used by nomad people, banjaras. They don't have a fixed place. They keep on moving from one place to another place. So that is why they live in tents. Other than banjaras or nomad people, these tents are also used by campers, hikers and soldiers. Let's move on to a good house. A house may be big or small, but a good house is one which is clean and allows plenty of fresh air to come in. These are the factors we have to keep in mind while building a good house. First, ventilation. A good house should have plenty of doors and windows that allow sunlight and fresh air to come in. Second is safety. A good house must have strong walls and a roof to protect from heat, cold, rain and strong winds. Third is cleanliness. A clean house is a healthy house. We must keep our houses clean. We must sweep and dust our house daily. We must keep things in their proper place. Garbage must be thrown into dustbins which should be covered. Toilets and bathrooms should be clean and hygienic. We must not allow unwanted visitors called pests in our houses. We must use pesticides and disinfectants to keep them away. Doors and windows should have wire mesh. So children, these are the three factors which we have to keep in mind while building a house. The house should have lots and lots of doors and windows to allow plenty of sunlight and fresh air inside the house. The wall should be strong and the roof should be able to protect us from heat, cold, rain and strong winds. We should keep our houses clean by sweeping, dusting, keeping things in proper place and by using dustbins which are covered. We should keep our toilets, bathroom clean. We should not allow unwanted visitors like cockroaches, mosquitoes, flies inside our houses because they carry germs from one place to another. Doors and windows should have wire mesh so that we can protect our house from flies and mosquitoes. Let's move on to try this. Can you name a few common pests found in our houses? So some of the pests I have already mentioned: flies, mosquitoes, rats, Cockroaches, these are unwanted visitors which often come to our houses and we need to control them. Next is shelters for animals. We sometimes keep pets like dogs, cats, rabbits, and domestic animals such as cows, buffaloes in our houses. These animals also need looking after and should be kept in shelters that are specially suited. Cows and buffaloes are kept in sheds and horses in stables. Dogs are kept in kennels. So, children, if you have kept a pet like a dog, cat, rabbit, their places need to be kept clean on a regular basis. There are some people who keep domestic animals like cows, buffaloes, horses, etc. Their places should also be kept clean on a regular basis, otherwise, it will become a source of disease. Let's see what is given over here in the Did You Know box. A Japanese company has developed an earthquake proof system that raises a house off its foundation as far as 3 centimeters using just air pressure. Children, Japan is an earthquake prone country. Approximately 2000 earthquakes strike in Japan every year. So that is why it is very important for the people to make houses which are earthquake proof. And this Japanese company has developed this earthquake proof system that raises a house above its foundation, above its base as far as 3 centimeters using just air pressure. So children, in this way the reading and explanation of this chapter is done. Before we move on to the book exercises, I request all my students to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notifications. Thank you children. Let's move on to exercises. Question number A. Fill in the blanks using correct options. Now children, here for each question 3 options are given. We have to tick the correct option and write the same in the given blank. First one, Kacha houses are generally found in cities, villages, parks. So we all know Kacha houses are not at all strong houses. They all are found in villages. They are made up of wood, mud and straw. Question number 2. A floating house is also called a tent, flat, houseboat. So here the correct answer will be houseboat. Houseboat is a floating house which is made up on a boat. Third, cows and buffaloes live in a dash, shed, stable, burrow. We all know cows and buffaloes live in a shed. Horses live in a stable and rabbits live in a burrow. Let's move on to question number B. Complete the sentences. First, we must sweep and dust our houses daily. We should keep our house clean all the time. So we must sweep and dust our houses daily. Second, doors and windows should have mesh to allow air to flow in and keep away flies and mosquitoes from the house. So here we will write allow air to flow in and keep away flies and mosquitoes from the house. Third, we need a house or shelter to, so we all know we need a house or shelter to protect us from heat, cold, rain, wild animals and thieves. Question number C. Write true or false. First, an igloo is made up of bricks. We all know that this is a false statement. An igloo is made up of blocks of ice or snow. Second, a tree house is made in a boat. This is also a false statement. A houseboat is made in a boat. Third, houses with a sloping roof are found in Himachal Pradesh. This is true. Children, Himachal Pradesh is a hilly state which experiences heavy snowfall during the winters. People living in such areas make houses with sloping roofs so that the snow doesn't stay on the roof for a long time, as it may spoil the wood of the roof. Question number 4. A kacha house is made of bricks, cement and iron. This is a false statement. A kacha house is made of mud, straw and wood. Whereas a pakka house is made of bricks, cement and iron. Let's move on. Question number D. Short answers to the following questions. So here we have to write short answers to the below given questions. Question number 1. What are skyscrapers? Answer. Skyscrapers are very tall, multi-story tower-like buildings with houses and offices in them. Question number 2. Name the three factors based on which a house is built. Answer: the three factors based on which a house is built are: first, the climate of a place. For example, we find mud houses in very hot areas, whereas we find wooden houses in very cold places. Second, materials available. Like in hilly areas, wood is available in abundance. So we generally see houses which are made up of wooden material. In places like Greenland and Antarctica, we find igloos which are made of snow. So materials available. C, money that a person can spend. So depending on the budget, the quality can be added to the house. Question number 3. What are pests? Give an example. Answer: pests are insects or animals that are considered harmful to humans or their interests. For example, flies, mosquitoes, rats, cockroaches, etc. Let's move on to question number E. Answer the following questions. Question number 1. How can we keep our house clean? Answer: we can keep our house clean by A. Sweeping, mopping and dusting it daily. B. Keeping the things in their proper places. C. Throwing the garbage in covered dustbins. D. Using pesticides and disinfectants to keep the pests away. Children, after writing this answer, you can draw some tools which can be used for cleaning our houses. For example, here you can see mop, broom, vacuum cleaner. So their diagrams can be drawn in the notebook after writing the answer. Question number 2. How is a permanent house different from a temporary house? Children, to write the differences between a permanent house and a temporary house, first we will write the materials which are required to make these houses. Second, we will write where these kind of houses are found. And in third, we will write the examples. So here first one, these houses are made of wood, straw and mud. Whereas for Pakka house, these houses are made of brick, cement and iron. Second point for Kacha house, these are found in villages. For Pakka house, these are mostly found in towns and cities. Third, we have to write example. Kacha house is hut, whereas the examples for permanent houses are bungalows, multi-storied buildings. Let's move on to question number 3. Name the factors required for a good home. Answer: the 3 factors required for a good home are: A. Ventilation. Ventilation is the free movement of air in and out of a room or building. Second is safety. And third is cleanliness. So children, in this way we are done with question number E. Let's move on to life skills. It is important to keep our surroundings clean. Discuss with your friends how can we keep it clean. Then compile and write the points. So children, this is a group activity where you all have to discuss various ways to keep our surroundings clean. Few points I have given here for your help. First is, waste or garbage should not be thrown anywhere but only in trash bins. Children, sometimes we eat chocolates and toffees and we throw the wrappers here and there. This is a very bad habit. It should always be thrown in the dustbins. Second, do not allow water to stagnate at a particular place to prevent the breeding of mosquitoes and flies. Children, there are some diseases like malaria and dengue which are caused by the biting of some specific kind of mosquitoes. These mosquitoes lay their eggs in stagnant water, or you can say standing water, which gets collected here and there after the rains. So, we should not allow water to stagnate at places. Third, controlling the use of plastic bags will help to keep our surroundings clean. One should use recycled and eco-friendly products like papers or jute bags instead of others. So children, whenever we step out of our house, we want to go to the market or grocery shop, we should carry our bag. Instead of taking the products in plastic and polythene bags, we should take the products in our own jute bag or cloth bag. Fourth, reduce, recycle and reuse are the famous 3 R's that can keep our environment clean. By reducing the usage of harmful materials and recycling items such as papers and glass, and at the same time reusing goods that can be reused, will reduce the pollution level in the air and keep the environment clean. Fifth, planting more trees increases the oxygen level in the atmosphere. So these are few points which can help in keeping our environment clean and green. Now activity time. Collect pictures of different types of houses from different countries and make a collage with your friends. So children, this is a group activity. You all can bring different pictures of different types of houses and you can make a collage as it is shown over here in this picture. Children, another activity can also be conducted in which you all can take raw material from your houses like cotton, cardboards, chart papers, fevicol, all these materials you can use to construct a house in your class. Like here in this picture, you can see this activity was conducted by me in the class and all the children enthusiastically participated in this activity. So both the activities can be done in the class. Children, the waste that comes out of our houses need to be segregated for their proper disposal. Ideally, every place where we discard waste should have 3 bins: green colored bins, blue colored bins and red colored bins. Children, green colored bins are for wet waste which comes from the kitchen, the peels of fruits and vegetables, leftover food, etc. These all go into the green colored bins. Blue colored bins are used for dry waste which can be recycled, like newspaper, bottle, plastics, all these can be recycled. So they are put into the blue colored bins. Red colored bins are used for rejected waste material which cannot be recycled, like biomedical waste which can be cotton, bandages, diapers, etc. Children, here a worksheet is also provided for extra practice. In this way, the reading, explanation, book exercises, question and answer, activity, everything is done. In case you still have a doubt, please write your query in the comment box. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. All the best, children.